Hello, welcome to this short video of BEAU SOLEIL, a Hallberg-Rassy 42 from 2001. BEAU SOLEIL is here at Hamble Point Marina. She has a Selden silver anodised rig which sports a North Sails fully battened mainsail from 2009. Also has the Selden RCB track system here. This is a very low friction setup, makes pulling up the sail up and down really easy. Single line reefing, winches at the mast. We've got granny bars here, give you lots of support. Obviously these boats have high displacement, very predictable in heavy seas. Moving up and down these wide decks is really easy. Coming up to the Fore Deck, beautiful teak laid deck from Hallberg-Rassy. Large hatch for the forepeak. Here's where the inner forestay will attach. Electric windlass, Lumar 1000. There's 60 metres of 9mm chain with this, and a 60-pound CQR anchor. She has cleats, mooring cleats on the bow, amidships and the stern, and a double bow roller. 300S Furlex from Selden also for the furling jib, which is a working jib, and from 2007, also by North Sails. A quick look at the boat from the bow. Really is a good example, BEAU SOLEIL, excellent condition. Here we have the backstays. These are used in conjunction with the working inner forestay, storm jib, give you more support. Ventilation down below from 5 of these Dorade vents, and a life raft here which was new in 2013. The anodised frame, aluminium anodised frame, gives lots of protection in the cockpit. Spray hood folds away, grab rails down the side leading to the Lumar 58 primaries. Just come around the back of the boat. Here's the mainsail, the main sheet arrangement, the traveller, easily accessible from the helm position. Winches on either side, so you use it easily on either tack. Large hatch giving light to the aft cabin. We have the gin and tonic seats on the push pit, brackets for the outboard, adjustable backstay, and on the transom there is a stainless steel boarding ladder and hot cold mixer for the swim platform. Just come around and look at the steering position on the BEAU SOLEIL. Steering compass, autopilot, engine controls, and on the floor, on the sole, is the controls for the bow thruster. The view forward is excellent through the windscreen, as you expect. These tempered glass screens, they don't craze or have UV damage and fog up. You can always sit here and keep a really reliable, safe watch. Instruments over the companionway are the wind, depth, speed, and a multi. She's got lovely varnish trays there, which are really useful for keeping stuff to hand and also keeping them dry. Chart plotter on the port side can be read from the helm position. Here we are down below on BEAU SOLEIL. This is the main saloon. As you can tell, it's an enormous space, seating for at least half a dozen people. You see the condition of the fabrics, they look really plush. Real feeling of quality and luxury in here. This is all quality finish in mahogany. On the starboard side there is a lift up bunk, and on the port side here the backs come down for storage. There's opening lockers above. We have opening hatches on the port lights. There's the main bulkhead and an opening hatch above this shot. We'll just go forward. This is the forward cabin, which was probably used as guest accommodation. There's one large hanging locker. This one, the slimmer one, has shelves in the side. There's a small vanity table, a V-berth with an insert to make it into a double. Storage above and below, although down there underneath the cushions there is a 8 horsepower bow thruster. There's an opening hatch here. Got reading lights as you'd expect on both sides. This cabin is en suite. If we just come aft, this opens up into, there's your china sink, hot and cold mixer, mirror, 12 volt sockets in here as well. The shower drain, shower stand, you stand on this teak grate here that drains pumped overboard. There's a heater outlet so you can dry your oilies. This could be a wet locker, and of course she has a stainless steel holding tank behind the heads there. This compartment has 2 opening hatches and also one of the Dorade vents that we saw on deck earlier. This is the view aft from the bow. As you can see, there's the flow of the boat is designed so that you can be in the galley or the chart table. People can still come down these nice wide safe steps and move through the boat. Let's give you a look at the galley area. Stainless steel double sinks. There's a large refrigerator unit with a freezer compartment. She has a really good cooker, 3 gas burners. She's got a grill and an oven, loads of storage and work surface as well. We have the complete 220 system installed here on board at build, so there's 220 sockets throughout the boat, and there's also the Master Volt charger and a Master Volt inverter. Here's the chart table. This is an enormous space. It has a laptop which is links to the Raymarine system for navigation. Here you have a chart plotter and radar readout, VHF, and a tri-data. Do all your nav work here whilst at sea. Tucked away nice and securely. This is a faux leather seat here. Which, unlike fabric, doesn't absorb water if you're down here wet. 12 volt distribution panel. And there's your charger. Inverter controls. Aft to the main cabin, 2 large hanging lockers on the outboard side, followed by an enormous chest of drawers. She has 2 single berths here. That's the layout they went for, but you can sleep traversely or longitudinally on there, so anyone can get a good night's sleep whilst at sea. Again, we have opening hatches, port lights and reading lights. Very well appointed. Again, an ensuite cabin. This has a large shower stall at the back there. Hot and cold mixer obviously, also seating area in the shower. China sink with storage above and below. And a teak shower grate. And manual heads. This is the main engine access for BEAU SOLEIL's TMD22 Volvo Penta installation. This is the inboard side of the walk-through to the aft cabin. On the forward bulkhead, filters and strainers, readily accessible, and 360-degree access to the engine itself. Belts and alternator on the front here. Just give you a quick walk around the engine. It's beautifully clean, just like the rest of BEAU SOLEIL. She's a fabulously well maintained vessel. There's a full service history supplied with this engine. Here's your hot water and freshwater system. This whole area is sound and heat insulated. Gives a very quiet operation of the engine. Just looking down at the transmission, on the end of the shaft there is a 3-blade max prop feathering propeller and an ambassador rope cutter. You see some through-hole fittings there. All of BEAU SOLEIL's through-hole fittings were replaced in 2013. A really beautiful engine space.